Yeah, yeah. I mean, I saw, yeah, so earlier in the week, I saw on Twitter and Instagram Mitchell and Ness opened up a store for the first time in the existence of the company. They opened up a store outside of Philly, and they opened up a store in London, and they had this big kind of grand opening and everything like that. They had like a party. I think Slam Magazine was there. I just saw something on Instagram today about that. Marcus Camby was over there for it. I think it's cool. I think it's a neat thing. I know some people were making comments on Instagram and all. When are they going to open one up in like Los Angeles or something like that? And yeah, I mean, I can certainly understand where people are coming from. Obviously, for them it'd be nice to get one in the West Coast. Be nice, I'm sure, for people to get one in the Midwest, Chicago, maybe down south. Maybe Miami or something like that. And obviously, Atlanta, maybe, different places, Texas, different locations throughout the country, and of course outside of the country now, London. Now I had heard some years ago they wanted to make one in Japan, and I don't think that ever really got off the ground. I mean, it's one of the things they wanted to do. They didn't do it, and now they opened one up years later in London. Um, and again, sports is an international thing. I mean, sports is something that people around the world love. And I know a lot of we have a lot of Jersey heads from outside of the states here, and they have a love for it just as much as we do. And maybe some of the sports are a little more popular than others. But I do think it's cool. I mean, it's cool to see Mitchell and Ness make a store in international territory. Um, kind of exposing some more people to the brand. Now, I do think that people already know about the brand around the world. I mean, there are places that I'm sure have sold Mitchell and Ness product. I know that I just saw an Instagram photo the other day from Mitchell and Ness. There was a store in Germany that had a bunch of hats, and I thought that was cool because I visited some friends in Germany a couple of years back, and I think I had like a hat or something like that on. I know I had some Mitchell and Ness product on my person at that when I went out there, but but yeah, but the one thing I hope is that, and I do think that I mean they should open up some stores, other stores around the country and maybe some other places in the world too. I see you breathing. Maybe they'll open one up in New Zealand someday. But I do think that's good. I think it's good for the company, but I hope that they don't become like a Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that. And what I mean by that, and there's nothing wrong with Dick's, but what I mean by that is since Mitchell and Ness is more of a high end retail, I mean that type what they have is just there's certain places it's just not going to work. Like if you started putting Mitchell and Ness like in malls or things like that, I don't think it would work. I think it would be a bit of a failure. Unless they come down in their pricing. If they come down in their pricing and they start, selling things at, a little cheaper than they are now in some cases and some products, maybe because people love sports. People love sports paraphernalia, so they're gonna buy it. But the only thing is because Mitchell and Ness is a high end retail, and we see some of those chains in recent years because people are buying more and more online. It's more of a convenience factor, and people can go like I am right now on my iPad. People go on their phone. People go on the laptop. People go on the desktop computer. People even go on their TV and just buy stuff. And there is that convenience factor. I do it, so I understand that. And you see because of that, what I'm trying to say is because of that, you see some of those other high end chains, some of those bigger stores like a Macy's, places like that. I mean, for years ago it was Strawbridge and Clothier. I mean, they just they're going out of business. I mean, they're as far as the stores because most of their sales are online. So if Mitchell and Ness ever became like that, if they became like a chain, like a store chain, like a Dick's or a Lids or something like that, maybe in a few years, a lot of those places might start closing. So I don't think it would behoove them to do that. I think maybe a few stores here and there, select stores, I think certainly would be a good thing. I mean, I know, look, I'm a bit spoiled because I live in this area. I can go to the store anytime I want for a sale, or even not for a sale, just to go and look around if I'm in the city. But if they really started putting stores all over the place, I just don't think that would work for them. And I still think that a lot of their sales, even if they, they did open up that store in London, if they do open up some other stores, I don't think that's going to take away from the fact that most of their sales are still going to be online, on their website and maybe other sites that sell Mitchell and Ness product. I just think that that's where just a good majority of their sales are still going to come from. So I don't think it would really make sense for them to open up too many more stores around. Maybe in select areas, but I hope they just don't do the chain deal, and just open up stores everywhere, because I just don't think that's going to work for them. I just don't. But yeah, I did see that. I thought it was pretty cool, to see another Mitchell and Ness store opening up. This one in London, and I will say this: I think it's cool as long as they don't replace the one in Philly with that one. If the one in London doesn't become their flagship store, and they close down the one in Philly, I'm not going to get on a plane and flying over to London for all the sales. Okay. That would defeat the purpose of the sale, because I got to buy plane tickets to go there. So yeah, as long as they don't close down the one in Philly and that becomes their flagship store, it's all good, Mitchell and Ness. But just don't close that. Don't even think about closing that store in Philly. And I must have seen about 7 or 8 videos on YouTube of the Charger fans, burning the Charger gear, and I'm wearing this hat right now. I do feel bad, for the fans in San Diego. I mean, as we know, my favorite team's the Eagles. I'm an Eagles fan, and if they were ever to move, I know how I would feel. So I get their pain and anger. But at the same time, I never understood the jersey burning. And you see it, I think the reason why so many people do it is because we have so many outlets of social media like Twitter and YouTube and, Facebook and what have you, where you can just do stuff and people can view it. I mean, people can like open up their lives to people on these outlets. And, so many people over the years when something's happened, when a team's moved, when a player's left, the great examples of LeBron. I mean, when he left Cleveland, when he went to Miami, took his talents to South Beach, all those people were burning his jerseys. And, there were some nice ones in there, too. They're just burning them, And I get the anger. I get they felt, betrayed and everything. I totally get that. But then when he comes back, what are they doing then, right? They're on eBay trying to get those jerseys back. So, I get it. I mean, believe me, if the Eagles were ever to leave, well, for one thing, the Eagles wouldn't have to worry about people burning their merchandise. They'd be going after the trucks. The moving trucks. They'd be burning them. This is Philly, This is a Philadelphia fan. We're not letting this team leave. Believe me. The Eagles are staying here. But no, the jersey head in me. So there was a couple of these videos from the same bonfire, and it is a mob mentality. Like, people were reviewing this on YouTube or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, let me grab a box of Charger stuff and run out there and get on TV or whatever," showing my frustration. But a couple of things about that particular bonfire scenes. The first I just found was funny. So you get people showing up with boxes and bags of just Charger stuff, right? And they're dropping it all in one spot. And whenever they take a jersey and drop it, you get other people behind them going, "No, you got to cut it. You got to cut the jersey so no one takes it." Yeah, if I was there as a jersey head and really more of an Eagles fan, I'd probably be there looking for powder blue Charger jerseys to grab. And there were some nice ones in that pot. There were some Seau jerseys. I'm like, really? You're gonna burn a Seau jersey? Come on, man. And the other one that just caught my eye, and it's funny because I have one coming in the mail. There was one video where you see the pile of Charger stuff and lying like almost next to the pile on the ground. was, and I could tell it was an authentic one. It was an authentic Reebok, and we're talking about the older powder blue Charger jersey, more of the classic one, not the one that they wore just the years leading up to when he eventually went to the Jets with the more thin numbers and all. But it was an authentic Reebok Tomlinson powder blue Charger jersey just sitting there. And I'm just saying, and it was like, this is, you can tell this is the jersey head in me. All these other things are going on, and I'm just looking at that jersey and going, oh no, you can't do that to that one. I just got fixated on that. I'm like, oh man, I gotta be there. Oh, I would rescue that jersey. And then, like, the next day, I see one on eBay at a good price. I'm like, okay, well, I rescued this one. But, man, you can't do that to Tomlinson. Come on. San Diego. Come on, man. At least you got to save that. You got to save your say-out jerseys, Fouts, Allworth. You don't throw those on the pile. I mean, but, yeah, the burning of the jersey, I just never quite got that. It just, to me, it's, I know you have to, it's like you're making a statement, but it's like, well, how much of a statement are you making? You already bought the jersey. You already gave the team money for it. So what would? Okay, burning it now. I don't know. But yeah, that authentic Tomlinson. Oh, hopefully that was saved. Hopefully that's one of the ones that someone got to before the lighter fluid hit it. Yeah, I've had my two all-time favorite jerseys in the history of football are, of course, Kelly Green Eagles, which I grew up on, for my Eagles, and those powder blue Chargers jerseys. I mean, man, they should have just worn those, And I got the Navy, why they were the Navy ones, but the powder blues, man, And then now they're going to L.A., and that logo, it was like a rip-off of the Dodgers logo with a lightning bolt in it. I mean, I know Pistol's not a fan. Although he is Mr. L.A. I mean, he's, L.A., and then, with the Raiders and the Kings and the Lakers and the Dodgers. So I don't know. I know he can't, I know he can't adopt the Chargers as the L.A. Chargers because they're a rival of the Raiders. But the Rams, Pistol, the Rams, that's the other league. And they suck now. You can get on them when they're bad. When they get good, you can say, L.A. Rams. Come on, Pistol. You can be a Rams man. As well as a Raider Nation follower, you can be a Rams man, too. I know he's Mr. L.A., so I like to... Now you got a few teams in L.A. Chargers, Rams, well, you're Oakland Raiders, but... Come on now. If you're Mr. L.A., you got to go all out. I can see his face now. Come on, Mighty. All right. I'm just busting balls. Don't worry about that. But anyhow, no, that's my take on the jersey burning. I mean, yeah. No, you would never have to worry about seeing me do that. That's just not going to happen. I got too much jersey head in me for it. LT, man. I hope someone saved that one. I really do. Well, I'm glad you're all enjoying this series so far, MightyFan Beyond the Thread. I just thought it would be kind of cool to have something, of me on YouTube other than just saying, here's my latest pickups. Although pickups will be a part of the series too, because obviously there's going to be pickups. So that's part of the series, but I'm glad, people are enjoying it. I've gotten some good feedback so far. It's a lot of fun for me to do this, and I'm happy that I started it. I do want to give a shout out to the app that I'm using to edit these videos, and I also made my new opening that you guys have seen on these videos. It's called Splice. It's a really simple app to use. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can use it. It's also free, which is even better. Uh, you know what? You get something for free. You know what? That's more Jersey money. So, well, and bill paying money too. Let's be honest. But it's a really cool app. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's real simple and straightforward to use. I recommend it to anyone. No, I'm not getting paid by Splice to say this. It's just an app that I kind of stumbled across, and I've been using it, and I really like it. So shout out to the makers of Splice. Um, yeah, I'm gonna keep making these videos. Like I said, this is fun. You know, this is kind of real life MightyFan. So you're gonna certainly see more of that. I'm gonna do some more in the videos also, other than just the jerseys too. I'm gonna try to add some things in here and there, but primarily it will be about me being a collector and my thoughts on things in the jersey game, only because that's going to be the main theme for this series. Um, that being said, again, thank you all. I'm glad people are enjoying it. I just watched my Sixers beat the Hornets. Sixers have been winning more this season. Joel Embiid, trust the process, right? Well, we have a good one. We have a good. I have been more excited watching this team this season than I have been in years. Okay, since that guy who used to wear number 3 was playing here on the Sixers since Iverson, we have a player that we can really be excited for in Joel Embiid, and I'm really happy as a Sixers fan. It's taken a long time, to get this thing right, and it seems like they're starting to turn a corner, get some players on this team, and put something together. Of course, Ben Simmons is going to be coming off the injury soon, so it's exciting times here basketball-wise. Hey, we have a national champs also in the area in Villanova. Good times for hoops in the Philadelphia area. Great to see the Sixers winning again. They beat the Hornets today. Shout out to point forwards Alex, and and they're looking pretty good. Still got a ways to go, but you can see they're starting to turn the corner, which is good. But mainly, I did want to say thank you all for the feedback. I'm glad people are enjoying this series. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm glad people are having fun watching. And yeah, I have noticed also that my little opening saying that I've done for a lot of videos over the years, you know what time it is MightyFan time. Some other people are using it in their videos. Not calling out anyone, they're Dennis Santos, but you know what? Imitation is the best form of flattery, and I'm flattered that someone else is using it. But you all remember this. You all remember. We all know what time it is. MightyFan time. Don't forget that. I had to throw it in, right? So anyhow, yeah, keep watching. I'm gonna keep having fun making these vids and seeing what else I can put out there for you guys. All right, everyone. Just wanted to say that. Go Sixers.